So 2024 was a busy year for us here at the channel when it comes to testing out new shoes, both on the roads and on the trails. And there was definitely some good shoes along the way, but I wouldn't say it was a standout year, especially when I look at the trail running shoes that I tested out. So I've got all my fingers tightly crossed for 2025. And from what I've seen so far, looks like there's some exciting new models and updates on the horizon. Just before we show you those shoes, I've got to say a big thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video. But let's dive in and take a look at my must-have running shoes of 2025. Welcome back, folks. Hope you all had a great Christmas break and Happy New Year to every single one of you. I'm Nnormal Kboix and this is Run4Adventure. Now, we're going to make 2025 here at the channel the biggest year to date, and we're going to be bringing you lots of great running content throughout the year, whether it's our helpful and informative running shoe or running kit reviews, epic race day videos, or just some great travel content. We are going to keep you very much entertained in 2025. So if you're new to the channel or you've been watching for some time but you're yet to subscribe, maybe today is the day. And only takes a second to do, super simple, just by clicking on that little red box down there in the corner. But best of all, it is completely free, but it's definitely a big help here at the channel and very much appreciated. While you're there, don't forget to hit that bell icon as well, because then you'll be notified when we upload any future running content and you're not going to miss any of those videos. But let's take a closer look at my first shoe on my must-have running shoes of 2025, and it's actually a road shoe from the guys at Saucony. Very excited about this shoe, especially by how it looks and the colorway that they've chosen. And it is the latest version of Saucony's performance trainer, the Endorphin Speed 5. I gotta say, this is a wicked looking running shoe. Big fan of the mutant sort of throwback colorway that they've chosen. But we all know that looks isn't at the top of the list when we choose our running shoes. So let's break it down in a bit more detail. The Speed 5 is going to run off a very similar Power Run PB midsole nylon plate stack height setup, but we are going to see some major updates when it comes to the outsole, with the addition of these 4-foot grooves that are going to add a bit of flexibility to the shoe. We're also going to get a bit more extra structure wrapping around the heel on the medial and the lateral side for a bit more durability. And the latest version of Saucony's performance trainer should be available around June time this year for the retail price of around about $170. Now, I'm really hoping that they haven't just thrown the colorway back to that sort of original shoe, and the new 5s are going to perform a bit more like that original Endorphin Speed. So a bit more performance, a bit more energy return, and a bit more exciting to run in. Next up is another road running shoe, but stay tuned because there is some exciting trail running shoes dropping this year as well, and we're going to get onto them later in the video. Now, Brooks Running have always made a pretty solid and dependable running shoe, and actually, when I was working back in running retail, the Brooks Ghost and the Adrenaline GTS, some of our most popular running shoes. We sold thousands of pairs, especially to guys and girls who are new to running. But I've got to say it, I've never really found their running shoes exciting to run in. However, I think this is all going to change this year when they launch their latest super shoe this summer, the Hyperion Elite V5. This is going to come with a brand new midsole construction that's plated, and it also utilizes their latest DNA Gold PBA foam. So this should offer the runner a nice lightweight, comfortable, high energy returning, exciting ride. And it also looks like there's some very interesting design features going on at the midfoot of that midsole, and looks like it could be some kind of cutout or spring system. The shoe comes with a stack height of 40mm at the heel, 32mm under the forefoot, giving the Hyperion Elite an 8mm heel offset. And with that new DNA Gold PBA foam being the lightest foam that Brooks have ever produced, it keeps the overall weight of the shoe down to a minimum. And believe it or not, they weigh in at a crazy 198 grams in a men's UK 8.5. But the weight saving measures don't stop there, because Brooks have also gone with this lightweight, breathable and durable TPU yarn for the upper construction. I personally think it is a great looking shoe, and I am genuinely excited to test these out in 2025. So fingers crossed that we can get our hands on a pair later in the year. Obviously, with this being a plated super shoe, they are going to be pretty pricey. So it is going to retail for a hefty $275, and they should be available sometime around June this year. But let's move on to some trail shoes. But just before I tell you a bit more about the very exciting new Xodus Ultra 4 from Saucony, a quick word from today's video sponsor, AG1. So here we go again, folks, another new year, 2025, and boy, does time fly when you're having fun. And we have lots of fun here at the channel, but producing 3 videos a week for you guys to watch can get a bit stressful now and again, and I have been known to miss the odd meal and maybe not drink enough water throughout the day. Now, I'm not a massive fan of New Year's resolutions, but I have made one this year, and it is to look after myself better. So I'm going to try and get more organised, more productive, and take better care of myself, and that is where AG1 comes in. AG1 is a daily health drink with over 70 vitamins, minerals and other ingredients, including gut-friendly bacteria, antioxidants, high-quality mushrooms and more. And with just 1 scoop of AG1 once a day, it contains the nutrients we need to support your energy, gut health, focus and balance. And that's just what I need to keep me more organised and productive this year. Now, I was pretty consistent in 2024 with my AG1 routine, but I know I can do better because it couldn't be any more straightforward. So literally just add 1 scoop of AG1 to around 250 ml of water, give that bottle a quick shake, and it is ready to drink. It tastes great with some subtle flavours of pineapple and vanilla, but more importantly, there's no artificial sweeteners or added sugar. So my New Year's resolution is going to be to make sure that I drink my AG1 every morning and get that day off to a healthy start. So if, like me, you're going to make 2025 the year that you focus on yourself a bit more and you'd like to work AG1 into your daily routine, just click the link in the description below, or you can scan this QR code appearing on the screen, and then with your first subscription you're going to get a bottle of vitamin D and 5 handy travel sachets completely free. So get clicking, guys, and start the year off the way you mean to go. Got to say a huge thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video, but here's to a happy and healthy 2025. Cheers. If you've been following the channel from the early days, then you'll know that I've always been a big fan of the Xodus Ultra franchise from Saucony, with the original version of that shoe being one of my favourite trail running shoes of all time. So always very exciting for me when we're due an update on the horizon, and I think it looks like the latest version, the Xodus Ultra 4, may well be the update that we've all been looking for. So let's take a closer look at the shoe. First up, we get a reformulated midsole construction, and this is actually going to include 8% more Power Run PB foam, and I think this is a great move by the brand because it should give us a bit more pop and a bit more energy return back, which was kind of lacking in the latest version, the Xodus Ultra 3s, especially when I compare them to that brilliant original version and the Xodus Ultra 2s. We're also going to have a 36mm stack height at the heel, 30mm under the forefoot, giving them a 6mm heel offset, and they are going to tip the scales at 10.4 ounces in a men's UK 8.5. But the biggest update, and you've probably already noticed it with that little yellow logo on the midsole there, is the addition of a Vibram Mega Grip rubber outsole with a 4mm lug depth. Now this is a huge move by the Saucony brand, and it really does highlight how Vibram have become very dominant within the trail running shoe world. What with brands like Nnormal, Merrell, Norda, Hoka, Nike, and now Saucony using their rubber on the outsole of their trail shoes. I've got to be honest, I never really had an issue with the old Power Track outsole on Saucony shoes, but I did hear of some runners really struggling for grip when they were running out on the trails in wet conditions. So the addition of a Vibram rubber outsole should stop any grip issues people were having in the past. The Xodus Ultra 4s should be available late May, early June this year for a retail price of $160. So we do have a bit of time to wait, but I am definitely getting my hands on a pair, and we're going to give them a thorough testing at the channel. And I've got everything crossed, hoping that they perform and feel as good as that original version of the shoe. So next up, we are sticking with another trail shoe. but no ordinary trail shoe this time round, and I'd go as far saying that this is groundbreaking, and it is the new Kboix 01 from Nnormal. So if you're not aware, then the Nnormal brand is a collaboration between trail running superstar Kilian Jornet and the Mallorcan shoe brand Camper. So how does their Kboix 01 differ from any other trail running shoe on the market? Well, I think the main reason is that you can get 3 very different midsoles that can be slipped in and out of the shoe at any given time. So you can get the KB1, the soft midsole, and this is for easy, comfortable, supported runs. You can also get their KB2, which is their reactive midsole for fast, responsive, powerful runs. And there's also the KB3, the bounce midsole for well-cushioned, high-energy returning runs. So you can see this is a very unique concept that Kilian and the Camper brand have been working on for years. The upper is constructed out of a very interesting looking fabric that's super durable, lightweight and breathable, and it's actually a Matrix Evo jacquard fabric with 360-degree stitching around that midsole for longevity, making sure that the Kboix 01 stays true to the Nnormal brand's ethos when it comes to sustainability. And then the whole thing's finished off again with a Vibram Mega Grip rubber outsole with a 3.5mm lug depth. When purchasing a pair, you get to choose 2 of the midsoles out of the available 3, but you could also purchase that 3rd midsole set separately if you chose to do so. The shoes are going to be retailing for around about £200, and the individual midsoles can be bought for around about £30. I am happy to say that we should be getting a pair of these to test here at Run4Adventure, and to say I'm excited would be a massive understatement because, you know, I love innovation when it comes to our running kit and shoes, and I don't think it gets any more innovative than the Kboix 01. For the last shoe, we are going back to the roads, and it's actually the first time this brand has ever produced a running shoe, and they're better known for sort of compression clothing, especially compression running socks, and it is the Cep Omnispeed. Now, this shoe got its sort of grand launch or reveal at the running event in the US towards the end of last year. So you've probably already guessed it, that this shoe is another plated performance trainer, and it really does seem that any new running brand to the market has to produce a plated shoe just to try and create a bit of hype around it. And I guess it's working because I'm sat here today talking about the shoes in today's video. So the Omnispeed may be a plated performance trainer, but Cep have gone about it slightly differently, using their new Bowtech midsole technology, which actually incorporates a lightweight glass fiber reinforced P-Bax plate for enhanced natural biomechanics and energy return. They're going to have a 7mm heel offset with a stack height of the heel of 37mm and 30mm under the forefoot. With them being aimed at the sort of super trainer market and not a race day shoe, they're going to weigh in at 285 grams in a men's UK 8.5. So not the lightest sort of plated running shoe out there. Cep said that the shoes are still currently in development as I speak, but they should be available to the public later in 2025. And on that note, it brings today's video to an end. Really hope you've enjoyed it, and really hope that you're as excited about all the new shoes that are going to be hitting the shelves in 2025. There's actually lots of new models and updates to talk about. So this is going to be part 1 in my must-have shoes of 2025. So keep your eyes peeled for part 2 coming to the channel soon. I've got to say a massive thanks to AG1 for sponsoring this video, because it really does help us keep the lights on and the cameras rolling for you guys at home. But I hope you've had a great start to your new year. Thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed it, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We'll be back on the channel very, very soon. And as always, stay safe and keep on running. We're hoping to make 2025 the biggest year to date here at the channel, and we've got some great content planned. But we are seeing some major updates when it comes to the outsole with some 4 flex. However, I think this is all about to change this year when they launch their latest super shoe this summer, the Hyperion. We all know that looks isn't at the top of the list when we're choosing our running shows. So running shows?